Welcome, everyone, to the NoDQ.com live recap of Friday Night SmackDown Halloween edition on the eve of Saturday night's main event. I hope everybody out there is having a happy and safe Halloween weekend, Halloween Friday night, and maybe people continue their fun into the weekend. Some of the haunts have their attractions open on the weekend. People eat their candy. Although on November 1st, the ice thaws out, Mariah Carey, and we get the Christmas music on November 1st. But I still like to think of it as Halloween until Day of the Dead. But that's just me. All right, let's get to Friday Night SmackDown. We opened up the show in Salt Lake City with Tiffany Stratton, the women's champion, storming to the ring. She called out Jade Cargill. Nick Aldis, the general manager, came out there and said that the match cannot be jeopardized. There cannot be any physical contact. And then Jade came out. Aldis brought the security out there, and Jade said that after she tasted her own blood, she realized that it's time to take action. And she said that Taffy time will be up at Saturday night's main event. Yes, she said Taffy and not Tiffany. Security stopped Tiffany from going after Jade, and Tiffany held up the championship, and that was that. Segment did not do much for me at all, and Jade butchered the Tiffy timeline. I don't know. Not really feeling it. Shout out to Caleb Jacobs, who sent in a $2.10 super chat. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate it. He says, Cody will go down as one of the great champions. Well, certainly his first title reign from 2004 to 2005. Great championship run for Cody. The second one, I'm not sure I would say it's been a great title run thus far, but we'll see how the rest of it goes, and he likely still has time to go with this title reign. But anyways, opening segment, meh, not much to write home about. At least it was short. And by the way, I meant to say 2024, not 2004. I'm living 20 years in the past, Caleb. I'm getting old. I like to live in the past, man. To me, it's 2004. All right, we had R-Truth backstage. He's a clown again, but he was actually dressed as Santa Claus with the Motor City Machine Guns. And then Truth left. Solo came in. He referred to the Motor City Machine Guns as bums and said that the MFTs are the first in line for the tag team titles. Motor City Machine Guns issued a challenge to the MFTs, which is kind of stupid if you ask me, because you know that there's 4 or 5 of these guys and there's only 2 of you, and you know how this is going to go down. You should have some backup if you're going to be calling out the MFTs. We had Ilya Dragunov in his United States Championship Open Challenge match, which was accepted by Nathan Frasier, but Tommaso Ciampa ran down with No One Will Survive, which I was happy about. He came to the ring. He wanted the match, but Dragunov said since Frasier was there first, Frasier gets the opportunity. I actually thought Dragunov was going to say, all right, we'll do a triple threat, but nope, just a one-on-one match. Pretty good match here between Dragunov and Frasier, back and forth. It actually went 2 commercial breaks. They got a lot of time. Dragunov was bleeding a little bit. Frasier built up some momentum. He did the inverted DDT, standing shooting star, came off the top of the frog splash. Then after the second break, he hit the Phoenix splash, but Dragunov kicked out. And then Dragunov caught Frasier up on the top and did an avalanche German suplex, which looked quite nasty. Hopefully nobody got hurt from that one. And then Dragunov picked up the win with the H-bomb, showed Frasier some respect afterwards, but then Ciampa ran out there and attacked Frasier. Then we had a brawl with DIY and Fraxium. It went all the way into the backstage area, and then Tama Tonga had grabbed Dragunov's United States title. Oh boy, I do not want to see Tama Tonga versus Dragunov. The MFTs have really become go away heat for me at this point. I gave them a chance with the face paint, but I'm over them now. Like, if these guys disappeared from WWE tomorrow, it would not matter to me. They would make no difference in my enjoyment of the show. If anything, I might have more enjoyment if they were gone. I don't want to see anybody lose their jobs, but the act just isn't entertaining me. Sorry. If you're a fan of the MFTs, I sincerely apologize to you. Dave Scheffler in the chat, I think, sums it up. This is what we call, remember when we used to have X-Pac heat? I like to think of this as Death Riders heat. That is MFTs. Like, I just have no desire to see these guys on my TV. So I'm dreading that. Maybe we'll get Dragunov versus Ciampa in a week or two, but I feel like we're going to be having Tama Tonga versus Dragunov, and not interested. Next up, we had Carmelo Hayes versus Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson, without his partner, he is lucky to even have TV time at this point, quite frankly. He's got some generic music. He doesn't even have the ABBA ripoff that Pretty Deadly was using. He did get in some offense, though, and then Carmelo made his comeback, and what do you know? Surprise, surprise. The Miz attacks Carmelo while the referee is distracted. Kit comes off the top with the big elbow, but does not get the job done. Miz is upset, and Carmelo comes back with the first 48 to get the win. And then, of course, post-match, the Miz attacks him with the skull-crushing finale. I think everybody and their brother knew the Miz was going to get involved in this one. Don't really care too much about this either, quite frankly. But yeah, they're trying to build up Carmelo as a babyface. I mean, this was just very predictable, though. Then backstage, Sami Zayn talked to Nick Aldis, said he wanted to be in Motor City Machine Gun's corner, but Aldis asked him to sit it out. What does Aldis have against Motor City Machine Guns? He's trying to protect Sami Zayn, who's not cleared, but Aldis should have said, well, go find somebody else to be in Motor City Machine Gun's corner. We had a backstage segment with Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis, and Aldis asked about Jacob Fatu, and Cody said he had nothing to do with that attack, and then Aldis talked about the contract being ready. Yes, the main event of this show, a contract signing for a match that they've already been advertising for a couple of weeks now. You've put it out there. You told people it's happening, but now they have to sign a contract to make it official. Okay. We had Alexa Bliss having a match with Nia Jax. Pretty standard, with Nia dominating for the most part, throwing Alexa into the barricade. And then after the commercial break, Alexa made a comeback. She went up top. Nia caught her, gave her the Samoan drop, and then took her to the outside again. And then Nia shoved Charlotte on the outside. So this gave Charlotte the opening to get on the apron. Nia was distracted, and Alexa took advantage, picked up the win with the I don't even think she used a move. She basically just rolled her up or something along those lines and got the win over Nia Jax. They did announce for next week it will be Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax. So Nia will have a chance to get revenge on Charlotte next week. I always find these types of segments boring when they put the tag teams in singles matches and then reverse them the next week. It's just TV filler. So Yeah, not too interested in this storyline either. Then we had Rey Fenix backstage challenging Tala Tonga. Sounds like a squash match waiting for us next week. And Solo did agree to the match. Phoenix slapped Tala and then ran away. Well, I guess he's smart because there's 5 guys there and just one of him. Then we had a Damian Priest video. He said he doesn't hate Aleister Black, but he did note that it is personal now, and Black doesn't know when it's coming or where it's coming, but he'll know why it's coming. And Priest is going to inject his venom into Aleister Black. Promo was fine. Then backstage, we had a little confrontation with Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James and Julia. Kiana James said that Tiffany should have accepted their offer. Then after Tiffany left, Chelsea Green walked in and wanted a United States Championship match, which Julia did accept. And then you had Chelsea Green getting spooked by Nikki Cross, who was very conveniently placed there for Halloween. Still no Wyatt 6. I mean, we all know that Mike Rotunda is not doing well. He had a major heart attack and apparently is not in hospice, as Barry Windham had incorrectly stated. So best wishes to Mike Rotunda, father of Uncle Howdy, a.k.a. Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. Best wishes to the family. But yeah, it was nice that Nikki got a little cameo on the show, I guess, for Halloween. Makes sense. We then had Tama Tonga and JC Mateo versus the Motor City Machine Guns, another very standard tag team match. And Motor City Machine Guns got in quite a bit of offense, which would usually indicate that they were going to lose. And sure enough, we had the interference, Solo on the apron, and then one of the guys, not sure which one it was, I think it was Tonga Loa, took a cheap shot, and then Tama Tonga pinned Sabin to, I guess, build up momentum for a potential U.S. title match. Then we had the post-match attack. Rey Fenix ran out there, but the numbers game caught up with him. Then we had Nakamura coming out there and also getting overwhelmed. So they really need Sami Zayn. And I don't know if this is potentially setting up something with War Games. I mean, it seems like we're still going to get the Vision versus Team Roman / Team CM Punk, whatever they do. But I guess this could be a backup. Maybe this will be a traditional Survivor Series match. I mean, I still don't care about the MFTs. I really don't. But I would be okay if we got maybe a traditional Survivor Series match with the MFTs. I could live with that. Shout out to Jeremy Adams, who sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Says, off-topic thoughts on the films Sinners and Weapons. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I've seen either of those, so I have no comment. But I appreciate the super chat. I haven't seen them. Chat room, if you've seen either of them and you want to leave a comment, let Jeremy know your thoughts if you like them or dislike them. I haven't seen either of them to my knowledge. All right, back to SmackDown. We had Drew McIntyre saying that he had no issues with the contract, although, as it turns out, he did have an issue with the contract. We had our contract signing, and Cody signed, but Drew McIntyre would not sign it. He said it was lopsided because Cody can retain if there's a count out or a DQ. And Aldis said there's plenty of other guys backstage that will take his place if he's not going to sign. McIntyre called his bluff, was going to leave, but then Cody told him to sit down. Cody said he was fine with Drew's terms. Nick Aldis didn't want to agree to it, but eventually he gave in. So Drew McIntyre signed the contract. I guess if Aldis verbally says that the title can change hands, it doesn't matter what's in the written contract that Drew is signing. It doesn't really make sense, but okay. Drew did sign the contract, and then he said that he's actually the real American Dream. And then Cody admitted that he did follow in Drew's footsteps. Drew made a name for himself post WWE and then came back. But the difference is Cody walked while Drew McIntyre got fired. And Drew didn't want Cody to have the last word, so he said that eventually fans would turn on Cody. And then he brought up Cody's daughters, which of course he never do that. Cody Rhodes went after Drew. He tried to hit him with the championship, but missed. And then as Cody was having words with Aldis, McIntyre got back in, hit the Claymore, and then power bombed Cody Rhodes through the announce table to end the show. And that was our final build. Drew McIntyre standing tall before the Saturday night's main event. All right. So that was SmackDown. And the question I ask myself is, did it make me more excited for Saturday night's main event? And the answer is no, it did not. I thought it was a boring SmackDown. Other than the United States Championship match, I think it was a very skippable show. It definitely felt like a show that was written with the thought process that not many people were going to watch this week because of A, we got Halloween, people trick-or-treating, doing stuff with family, and B, people watching the World Series. So they're like, well, we're just going to throw in the towel, throw out a generic show, do a contract signing, blah, blah, blah. I think that I agree with Matthew. I think Saturday night's main event was better without this SmackDown. So I think this was a below par episode of SmackDown. Thus, I have to give it 4 out of 10. It was kind of lackluster, and I did enjoy the United States Championship match, but other than that, not too much to write home about. Very generic, boring episode of SmackDown. Shout out to Jeremy Adams, who sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you, Jeremy. Says, what can make Cody Rhodes more interesting? Well, for starters, having Drew McIntyre win the title and maybe have Cody not be the champion for a little bit. Cody can always win it back, but give us something different, because right now I feel like Cody's just going to be champion until WrestleMania at the earliest. He might even be champion past WrestleMania, but I just don't see him losing until WrestleMania, and that's kind of boring. At least he didn't say, what do you guys want to talk about this week? He just said, Happy Halloween. So I'll give him credit for that. But yeah, the act has just gotten very stale. I feel like he's not going to turn heel. It's kind of like John Cena 2012. He's the guy. They're not going to turn him or anything, but he needs some more adversity. Like he did lose WrestleMania 39, and I think that helped him in a way. It built him up for the next year, but he had the championship 2024 through 2025. He had it for a full year, and we're right back to that again. So you got to change things up. The long drawn out title reign, they got to do something different. So I would say have McIntyre win, but I'm doubling down with my prediction. I do not think we will see a new champion, even with if Cody gets DQ'd or counted out, he loses the title. I mean, I still feel like Cody's winning. But if McIntyre becomes WWE champion, even on like a DQ or something, hey, that is something. But I'll believe it when I see it. And if my prediction is wrong and McIntyre wins, I'll be happy to be wrong, because I think we need a little bit of a shakeup with this storyline and have Cody chase, even if it's just until Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or something like that. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy Saturday night's main event. I will be recapping the show. I'll be doing the stream, and there will be results over on NoDQ.com. Check out the No DQ review from earlier this week. We did give our predictions for Saturday night's main event on that stream. Check that out, everybody. Take care. Stay safe out there. Say yes to NoDQ.com, and I will see you all next time.